All right, everybody. Good morning. I'm going to review the Bobby Brown story. Um, so let's get into it. His friend got stabbed, and that was very, very sad. Um, very sad for a child to witness their friend getting stabbed over a bicycle. You know. All right. So the next scene is where Bobby is getting put out of the group, and his parents are talking like, you got put out the group. They put you out the group and sent you home, and all this stuff. The funny part was when Gerald Busby came to the projects and he said, "We got a deal for you," but he said, "You are out." He said, "If you think I'm coming back over here, you out of your damn mind." That was so funny. I like that part. Um, then Bobby is he's doing his thing. He's got money. He's got female issues. And the problem I saw with all the baby mothers were pursuing Bobby. They did not allow Bobby to pursue them. So he treated them like crap. Like, he treated his baby mothers like, they were just a notch on his belt. Okay. Now, I saw number two. Bobby Brown went through a lot of stuff in number one, but it wasn't as bad as number two. When he put his money with Whitney Houston, and his brother and his lawyer was like, "Are you crazy? I know that you're in love, but are you sure you want to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah." And that was where I got clarity and understanding that Whitney Houston was not just the breadwinner. Bobby Brown was the breadwinner too. He sold 12 million records, which was phenomenal. The Janet Jackson part, which everybody is so up and raged about. How did he get with Janet Jackson? Janet Jackson was cheating on her husband with Bobby Brown. So Bobby Brown was not the evil guy in this. The whole time in the movie, I realized that the women were allowing themselves to be degraded in such manner because of their behavior. Bobby Brown, baby mother, showing up on the set. And, when a man is not interested in you anymore, don't even continue to try to go and see him. But she kept going, to the sets, calling him. And that just made me know that she was being needy. And only women with low self-esteem would do this stuff. Like, I would not be chasing no man like this. But I guess because of the money and the fame, they could not stop chasing him and being around him and being kind of disrespected. Now, what I liked out of all of the bad stuff is Alicia made Bobby accountable for his actions. Like, everybody else didn't really make him accountable. And she made him accountable. Like, when he got drunk, she made him stay outside. I thought that was so funny. I've seen some interviews with Bobby Brown with making the Bobby Brown story, and he always talks about how happy he is now. So I'm thinking that he wasn't as happy as he is now. The money and the fame, and he talked about with Alicia how he brought a car and left it at the airport, which was really, really crazy. And he was like, "That's what you do when you're on drugs. You do crazy stuff." And I was like, wow. So what really surprised me is the Diane Sawyer interview. I saw that interview with Whitney Houston, and she did lie about using crack, because Bobby Brown was like, we're not ready to talk about that. And he was like, I just lied to the people and told them that I didn't do coke when I used to do coke. And I didn't know that Bobby Brown was clean at that point. I thought that he was still on drugs with Whitney Houston. But when Meet Bobby Brown show and his brother was like, you know, we're going to try to better your image and make people understand that you're not an evil guy. So when he did that, that is when everybody got a chance to see that Whitney Houston wasn't Miss Queen of the Queen of the Night and all that good image and clean image that Clive Davis and them did to make Whitney Houston look good. The Bobby Brown story made her look as she was a drug. She was on drugs. And when she started to read the tabloids and everything, this is when she wanted to leave, and she took Bobby Christina. And I couldn't believe how Bobby lost his daughter. He lost a grip of her, and he was actually clean during that time. He was just trying to figure out, was he going to stay or was he going to go, because the prison part was a real awful part. He was trying to he was detoxing off of the crack cocaine and all the drugs that he was doing, and it looked so painful. And I was like, wow, this is probably why he never used again, because the withdrawal point was so painful to look at him throwing up and going through withdrawal. That was so hard to look at. And he turned it down when the white guy from the prison came and sat down and was like, I got you. And he was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. And I was like, wow, Bobby, I was impressed. I'm impressed with this story because he found a woman that didn't take his crap and made him accountable for being a man. Even his father and his mother, dying, they just going through a lot of stuff. And he, his sister husband got shot while he was in the car. I mean, Bobby Brown went through a lot, and I can understand that he probably is dealing with some type of mental illness, because when you see a lot of things that really mess with your psyche, sometimes you have to be on some type of opiate to get straight. And he talks about how happy he is. And he actually lost 50 pounds. And I'm so proud of Bobby Brown. So, the movie is wonderful. I like it. And I think I'm going to watch it again. It's real good. It's real good. So tell me what you think about the Bobby Brown review. And if you haven't seen it, are you planning on seeing it? Like, share, subscribe, Salome B. Have a great day.